Brace yourself for the most shocking revelations ever captured on camera. From a divine light in Argentina to a face on a tortilla, these mind-blowing images of Jesus Christ have surfaced in the most unexpected places. Are these astonishing sights real? If so, what do they mean for the Christian faith? Join us as we uncover 10 miraculous moments that defy logic, including a spine-chilling ultrasound and a candy bar that caused a 10-car pileup. Get ready to question everything you thought you knew. In Argentina, a photo of the sun shining through the clouds was taken and went viral for appearing to be an image of Jesus Christ. Monica Arameo, a resident of San Salvador de Hawaii, shared what she said is a perfectly timed image she took to bless others online, and immediately the image went viral, drawing attention from all over the world. Upon citing the image, social media users immediately compared it to the statue of the Christ the Redeemer in Rio de Janeiro, located less than 3,000 miles away from Brazil. Others point out that the illuminated figure shows a man wearing a crown and with outstretched arms, similar to other depictions of Christ. Although critics claim there is nothing more to see other than the sun shining through the clouds, some even doubt the photo is real, asserting that it was photoshopped. On October morning in 1977, a woman named Maria Rubio was in her small green stucco house in southeastern New Mexico preparing her husband's lunch. She was making burritos, cooking beans, scrambling eggs, and preparing tortillas from scratch. As she was putting together the second burrito, she saw a burn mark on one of the tortillas in the shape of a little face. Beholding the mysterious find, she stood there confused, with chills running down her spine. She could sense her body moving, although she was unsure if it was out of joy or fear. To confirm that she was not out of her mind, she called Rosie, her 17-year-old daughter, into the kitchen and asked her what the burn mark looked like to her. "Oh my God, that looks like the face of Jesus," Rose exclaimed, and Maria agreed with her. She wanted to say it out loud but held back because she did not want her daughter to think she was crazy. Afterward, Maria called her husband, Eduardo Rubio, and explained what she and her daughter had seen. Upon hearing the unbelievable news, Eduardo scoffed in unbelief, but when he inspected the tortilla, he marveled at what he saw. The image was about an inch tall and an inch wide. If you take a look at the rare view of the photos, the likeliness is unmistakable. It is Jesus Christ with a beard and a crown of thorns. While Maria and Rosie were overwhelmed with excitement, Eduardo was worried that the tortilla might be a bad omen. In 2009, the unthinkable happened in Louisiana, in what will come as a really shocking development. Another image depicting Jesus Christ was found inside a tree, leaving residents stunned. Many Argentines have been rubbing their eyes in disbelief after discovering an image of Jesus Christ in a tree trunk. Residents say that they have been visited by a holy power after the astonishing likeliness was discovered in a town near Buenos Aires. One resident, Pablo Jose Fredes, took pictures of this amazing discovery. Speaking of the find, he said, "This is a strong image. You can see Jesus Christ in the tree, and when you are standing in front of the tree, you can feel something inside you." The images were posted online and quickly went viral, attracting tourists and pilgrims across the globe. Busloads of pilgrims flocked to the town to pay their respects and pray with the hope of receiving a holy blessing. While the church is not an unusual place to find an image of Jesus, this particular image has left many puzzled. In northern England, an image resembled the face of Jesus Christ appeared on the wall of a church. Discovered by a 60-year-old Salvation Army woman named Marion Hoggard, many are left with questions about how the image got there. Marion said the image was clearly the face of Jesus Christ. Believers say the eyes, nose, and mouth of Jesus and the crown of thorns can be clearly made out on a wall of the Church of England's All Saints at Great Driftfield, East Yorkshire. Hoggard was drying out in the church after a Christian march when she heard a dove cooing in the rafters. Immediately she looked up and saw the image on the wall. Hoggard said, "The face is there for everybody to see. It was such a moving experience for me." However, Reverend Richard Cardlill, the vicar of Driftfield, was more subtle in his approach to the claims made by Hoggard. He said that the marks have been there for years and is not a new image. In 2011, witness at the Florida Hospital Medical Complex in Orlando reported seeing an image that depicts Jesus Christ crying mysteriously on a hospital window, a revelation that left many astounded. Members of a group that gathered at the prayer garden window said an image of Jesus Christ mysteriously appeared and disappeared a few hours later. Joel Cruzada, who was a witness, said there was just a whole bunch of people putting their cell phones through the window, so he went there to figure out what was going on, and surprisingly, he saw a glow. Hospital officials referred to the unusual, unexplained image. One official said all that matters is that the image made people feel good and inspired hope. In Belfast City, an image of the face of Jesus Christ appeared on a tree stump in 2012. The tree, which fell at the Belfast City Cemetery in West Belfast, appeared to show the face of a bearded man resembling Jesus on the remaining stump beside a grave. The video of this mysterious image was posted on YouTube with a message that said, "An image has appeared on a tree stump in Belfast City Cemetery." Taking a closer look at the image, it is hard to tell just how it got there. Some say that the city council trimmed trees in the cemetery, and as a result, this phenomenon appeared. Meanwhile, 3 years earlier in summer, locals in Limerick sought to preserve a tree stump in the grounds of a church that many believe depicted an image of a Blessed Virgin. Workmen discovered the stump at the Holy Mary Parish Church in Rathcale while cutting down trees. Over 2,000 people signed a petition to prevent the removal of the stump, while some turned up to say the rosary and light candles at the stump. However, local parish priest Willie Russell advised people not to worship the tree. He claimed that there was nothing there and that it was just an ordinary tree. You can't worship an ordinary tree. This has to be the most dramatic of all the images of Jesus that have been discovered because a 10-car accident occurred upon discovery of the image. In April 2016, a California woman caused a 10-car pileup after finding an image of Jesus in a candy bar she was eating. The woman, who goes by the name Marlo Thomas, said she was traveling south when she suddenly began craving sweets. Therefore, she unwrapped a Kit Kat bar and took a bite. After taking a bite, she could not believe what she saw. It was the image of Jesus right there in her candy. She said she got the feeling that Jesus was telling her that she was chosen. Hence, she closed her eyes and started praying, thanking Jesus for the revelation. According to Thomas, it was during her prayer time that she slammed into the car in front of her, and that car proceeded to hit several other vehicles that were in a traffic standstill in front of it. Miraculously, Thomas only suffered minor injuries and bruises, and she practically walked away from the accident unscathed. In 2010, a Hathaway man came across a utility pole with a powerful image. Ricky Navarre, while driving along the highway, did a double take of the pole. He reported that he saw an image of what appears to be Jesus Christ hanging on the cross. Beholding the image, Navarre said to himself, "That sure looks like an image of Jesus hanging from the telephone pole." Navarre believes that this is more than just a coincidence, and somewhere in the veins is a message from God. He said with the 8 Jeff Davis murders and some of the sickness in the world at that time, it could be a sign of comfort. He added that Jesus might be telling us something, something like, "I am looking over you. I am going to answer your prayers." Another similar image appeared in North Carolina, where Jesus was seemingly spotted in a pole covered in kudzu vines. Some believers say the vine-covered pole, which resembles Jesus on the cross, is a sign that God is watching over the North Carolina region. Kent Hardison, a man who passes the pole every day on his way to work, originally wanted to spray the vine with Roundup herbicide. But then he gave it a second thought. "This image looks like Jesus. You can't just spray Jesus with Roundup," he thought to himself. Believers have reported seeing the face of Jesus in everything from the clouds to food items to trees, but the depiction of the crucifixion is a rarer phenomenon. Of all the shocking instances where people claim to have seen an image of Jesus, this particular revelation is more terrifying and mysterious. In 2017, a U.S. couple said they could see Jesus Christ watching over their child in a pregnancy ultrasound. The Pennsylvania pair said a man dressed in a robe wearing a crown of thorns is looking at their baby from the far left of the image. When the ultrasound was given to us, it was indeed Jesus, the mother, Alicia Zeke, told a local news station. She said the ultrasound gave them comfort after complications with 2 previous pregnancies. The couple's previous son and daughter were both born with congenital disabilities. The father, Zachary Smith, says that although the family is not particularly religious, they saw the image as a sign from above. Mr. Smith claimed that whether it's an angel, God, or Jesus, however you want to propose it, I look at it as my blessing. He added that when he saw the image, he could not believe his eyes and was speechless, a sight that almost brought tears to his eyes. Later on, his wife delivered a baby girl for whom they named Briella. Both the mother and daughter were healthy and doing well. In Virginia, a woman captured an image of Christ in the rocks. Shay House, a Lynchburg, Virginian woman, claimed to have seen Jesus in the rocks on a walk in the woods. "I swear, I saw Jesus on the rock," Shay exclaimed in a video she posted on YouTube. "Do you see the nose, shut eyes, bruised and puffy eyes, crown of thorns, punch-wounded puffy left cheek, mustache, beard, and long hair down the right side?" she asked in the video. According to her, she did not notice the image of the Son of God until she peered into the camera lens, after which it became clear to her. She told the local news that she entered the Blackwater Creek Trail just a few miles off Liberty University's campus around the first day of spring when she stumbled upon the Divine Rock Formation. She further pointed out that the image of Jesus can only be seen at a certain angle, and the more you stare, the more you see. How fascinating. Hold on, because what we've just revealed is only the beginning. If you think these sightings were mind-blowing, wait until you see the next video. Discoveries that could rewrite history as we know it are just a click away. Are you ready to uncover the truth that's been hidden for centuries? Click on the screen now to dive into more shocking revelations that will leave you questioning everything.